Welcome to Tabletop Battle Adventures, D-Day, 1100 hours, Turn 22, Part 6. For the details, you have to go back and watch the introduction video for this turn. Tan in the foreground. One platoon from the 6th Fallschirmjäger holds Tan. They also hold both bridges leading into Tan and the river lock. They have the river lock open. It has been open the whole battle. It's flooding these green fields. Infantry advance, no run, and no vehicles. Once the river lock is closed, it'll be D2 plus 1 turns until you can move on the green fields normal again. Brown fields are not flooded. Hedgerows block line of sight except when there's the walls along the hedgerow. Over at Omaha Beach, the 916th Grenadiers are fleeing the battlefield, and some are fighting as they flee. U.S. forces through the first and now the second barbed wire in some places. 116th Infantry and 2nd Rangers, supported by the 743rd Tank Battalion. First order dice of the night, U.S. 506th, 2nd Squad, soldier in this building, behind the window center screen. He'll receive an advance order. The 6th Fallschirmjäger called in an artillery strike on this building, and it's critical that the U.S. forces get one man across this road into this hedgerow so that turn 24, when the U.S. armor and infantry reinforcements arrive, they'll be able to enter the battlefield anywhere that the U.S. forces control. So currently they'll have to advance in behind this building or even with the building. And the Germans also don't control this road. They have a man here. So this is a contested area. So the Germans want to get somebody across the road, and the U.S. forces want to get somebody across the road. So that way their reinforcements can come in from this road. All right, so he's going to advance out of that building and get in a position where he can make across the road by this next turn. And he'll go ahead and he'll fire. Actually, he would not be hidden. He just ran out. He just jumped through a window. So, yeah, I guess he might as well fire at somebody. Only got a rifle, though. All right, he'll take his one rifle shot at the 6th Fallschirmjäger 1st Section Leader, center screen. 3s, long range 4s. It's going to be 7s, single man, hardcover. More importantly, now this man can make his stash across the road here. And hopefully the U.S. forces will be able to come in from this road. 506, 3rd Squad Assistant Leader, Sergeant Brandon, center screen. He received a fire order. He's been trying to patch up the wounded 2nd Bazooka Gunner. And this gunner is bleeding out at the end of this turn. Really need this bazooka back online. It is our only anti-tank AT weapon. Well, there's the 3-inch M5 3-inch AT gun here, but the crew they're getting hit on 2s with the 6 Fallschirmjäger medium mortar that just landed a hit this past turn, or this turn. So like I said, we need that bazooka. So he's going to be able to save him on a roll of 6. Can he save the man? Whoa. If somebody else makes the attempt, it'll be on a 5 for this turn. I just realized Sergeant Brandon has 1 pin marker, so he'll be testing at a 10 and under. He passes. Good. 506, Colonel Sink's radio operator. Colonel Sink was the commander of the 506, but he has been killed. And I believe it's an artillery strike. Anyways, his radio operator is still in the fight. He's got 3 pin markers, though. He's going to do his best to pass this and go over and revive the bazooka gunner. He'll get to only the bonus, 1 morale bonus from Sergeant Brandon. And then I'll see if he's within 12 of Platoon Commander Captain Carey. He is beyond 12 inches from Captain Carey. So he'll be testing at a 8 and under. He's good. So he'll be down to 2 pin markers. He's going to go over and try and revive the bazooka gunner. As he reaches the middle of the road, 6 Fallschirmjäger, 3rd section, LMG team, center window, 2nd floor window, center screen. 5 shots, needing long range 4s. So these 7s, but let's try and take this guy out. Can't have this guy, this radio operator saving a bazooka gunner. Alright, so looking for 4s for long range, 6s beyond range, and single man 7s. 1 possible. Another 6 is needed. Miss. Colonel Sink's radio operator will be able to save the bazooka gunner on a roll of 5 up. He's going to bleed out. 6 Fallschirmjäger, 3rd section LMG team in the attic of this building. They will open fire on this soldier here. They have line of sight over the bridge. 5 shots, needing 7s. Long range 4s, beyond range 6s, and single man and hard cover. But we got to try to take this runner out before he can get across the road. 5 shots, need 7s. What we got possible? Need a 6. Oh. 506, 2nd squad LMG team. 4 pin markers. One of them to fall back. 4 pin markers makes it pretty unlikely I'll pass the orders test to advance. So I think we'll rally. So I'm looking for we just need a 10 and under. Pass. D6 plus 1 pins. Alright, they're pin free. 506, 2nd squad soldier with the BAR. He's going to receive an advance order. And then I looked it over. There's no Germans that can see him that are on ambush. They've already all acted. All the 1058 Grenadiers who are in their headquarters building here, center screen, and the 6 Fallschirmjäger soldiers outside of the building have already received their orders. So he's good. He's going to flee. He'll be hidden again until he fires or enemy comes within 4 inches. 506 platoon leader, 1st Lieutenant Corey, center screen. Got 3 pin markers. He's going to receive an advance order. The 506 on their left flankers, they're in full retreat. Even though it's just 1 enemy, but the 1st Lieutenant platoon leader, Eulander of 100th Panzer, is just Can't stop him. We have no art. We have no AT weapon. This AT weapon's knocked out. Only AT gunners on the run. So he's going to need to pass this orders test. He provides himself 2 morale, plus there's a first squad assistant leader sergeant in front of him. So he's going to be testing at a 10 and under on this advance. He's good, down to 2 pin markers. First lieutenant's going to order the first squad assistant leader with 6 grenades to fall back also. No pin, yeah, he has no pin markers, so no test. He's not going to fire. He's going to stay hidden, the first squad assistant leader. And his other order dice, the one surviving gunner of the 2nd MMG team cannot flee. He had to go down to spare his life. But I think the first lieutenant will give the other order dice to the first squad LMG team here, who they're also going to fall back out of that hedgerow. No sense in staying there facing down that puma. And they have no pin markers, so they'll be able to move on back. And they have 3 grenades. They're going to pick up those 2 grenades that are lying there with the dead. Yeah, these LMG teams got 5 grenades. Platoon leader, First Lieutenant Corey's got 5 grenades, and first squad assistant leader's got 6 grenades. Nice. But they had to abandon their buddy. So 506 made it all the way up till about the same screen here. And look at the losses this left flank took on their push forward. There's also some soldiers buried in the debris of the exploded bridge. Epic. 506 medium mortar receives a run order. They're going to advance over into this hedgerow, hoping to get line of sight from the hedgerow through this gap and be able to put some fire on the windows of the 1058 Grenadiers headquarters building. Alright, they are set up in the hedgerow. We got line of sight now. 506, 57mm AT gun crew. He's got 5 pin markers. He's going to just go ahead and rally right here, 10 under. And then the D6, or 1 plus D6 pins. Gets rid of 3, still has 2. After that, unit receives their order. The left flank of the 506 has no orders to be given out. The 2 remaining units here in the center, no orders to be given out. I think actually the only left is the M5 3-inch AT gun crew. There's only 1 soldier that's alive and 1 soldier bleeding out in 2 turns. So just that gun crew member. And I think everyone else, 506, has received their order dice. So all the rest of the U.S. dice will be over on Omaha Beach, besides the M5 3-inch AT gun. The M5 3-inch AT gun crew commander, he has 1 pin marker. He's going to advance, pick up his wounded buddy, and drag him this direction. He'll only be able to drag him half the distance that's left after he picks him up. So he'll have 4 inches left, and he'll only be able to go 2 inches dragging another person. So it's going to be testing at a 9 and under. Oh, fails and goes down. Will potentially be getting hit with another mortar, medium mortar round from the 6 Fallschirmjäger. See if we can get a view of him in the courtyard. 6 Fallschirmjäger medium mortar. Oh, Testing the phone's capabilities. I see the mortar crew. I mean, it is 10 feet away. It's pretty impressive phone. Good job. So they go down. And that's it for order dice for the U.S. on the Hedgerows and Carrington battlefield. The rest will be on Omaha Beach. 2nd Rangers, 1st Platoon, 2nd Squad Leader, center screen, and 1 soldier with him, R12 is the label. He's going to cut that barbed wire on a fire order. He's going to get through that barbed wire explosives or cutters, whatever way, on a roll of a 2-up. He's through. All right, got a breach. Dangerous going this way, though. The 916th Grenadiers, 1st Platoon flamethrower team, who's in this bunker. Last part 5, he left his ambush spot in the window and killed one of the 2 Rangers from 2nd Platoon, 2nd Squad that were flanking him. But he is away from his defenses at this time. However, right over here we have 3 more soldiers from 916 Grenadiers, 1st Platoon, 1st Section, all with SMGs. So let's think about what we're going to do here. So close. The 916's fleeing the battlefield anyways. Thought about just letting them flee and not pushing forward anymore. We're taking a lot of losses. 2nd Rangers, Company A, or Company C, 1st and 2nd Platoon, and the 116th Infantry, Company A, 1st Platoon is taking a lot of losses too. See the bodies floating in the water, lying across the sand, tangled in the barbed wire, lying in the road, bits and pieces here and there. Second Rangers, 2nd Platoon, 1st Squad Leader, center screen, fully painted, with 1 rifleman with him. They're going to receive a fire order. They're going to cut through that barbed wire. Actually, the rifleman will cut through the barbed wire, and the 1st Squad Leader is going to open fire on the 916 Grenadiers, 2nd Platoon, 3rd Section LMG gunner. First, we'll cut that barbed wire. He's going to open fire. He's going to need 7s. Man's in the trench and single man and long range. So 2 shots, needing 7s. This is we got another breach in the barbed wire. That 1st Squad Leader is going to be able to order the 2nd Rangers, 2nd Platoon, 2nd Squad Leader next to him on his left with the... Oh, it looks like there's a flamethrower. There's a flamethrower team there too. So he's just going to order the 2nd Squad Leader from 2nd Platoon to advance up to the next barbed wire. So next turn he'll be able to make a cut. Alright, he won't be able to take out the barbed wire this turn, but he will be able to fire his SMG. Same target, LMG gunner. Still, he's going to need 7s. It's long range, single man, hard cover. 4, 5, 7s. Yep. So he needs 7s. 2nd Rangers, 2nd Platoon, 2nd Squad flamethrower. He's going to receive a fire order. They're going to clip that barbed wire and take a nice piece of section between them and the 2nd Squad. 1st Squad Leader, and take it out so they can more easily move through the 2nd barbed wire. They'll be clipped next turn. On a roll of a 2-up, they pass. On a 1, they fail to remove the barbed wire. Oh, and they go down. Embarrassing. (916th Grenadiers, 2nd Platoon, first section leader. He's going to receive an advance order. My daughter ordered me, she wanted to take command of the Germans. She said to retreat from the beach. But now that I'm at the edge, I can leave. But it also so happens I've got this first section LMG team in position. Plus I could move the first section leader over the edge of this bunker and light up those U.S. forces in the open there, hitting them on sixes. Or do I flee the battlefield? I'll flee the battlefield next turn. I already fled with 6 of the Germans from this right flank. There's only 2 Germans left up here. First section LMG team. Follow orders and fall back off the battlefield. Heading toward the hedgerows. I'll get one more shot off and leave next turn. Might get killed in the process. There's still a lot of firepower down here that can shoot back. LMG, HMG. Alright, I guess we'll flee the battlefield. What if I could kill one more GI though? Think about it. Alright, I'll follow the orders. We'll retreat off the battlefield. So first to leave the battlefield is going to be the 916th Grenadiers, 2nd Platoon, 1st Section Leader. He'll just advance off the battlefield, and in D2 plus 1 turn, he'll be arriving on the Carentan Hedgerows battlefield. Let's see what we've got. So D2 plus 1 turn. So he'll be arriving turn 24. So we're turn 22 right now. As the first section leader fled, he ordered the first section LMG team to flee as well. The LMG team will be arriving in the hedgerows. Turn 25. So far escaping Omaha Beach is the 916th Grenadiers, 2nd Platoon Commander, 1st Lieutenant, his radio operator and messenger. They'll be arriving in Carentan or the hedgerows, turn 24. The next to flee was 916th Grenadiers, 2nd Platoon, 1st Section. I think it was the assistant, let's swing around here, assistant leader and 2 more soldiers, all 3 of these with assault rifles. And then just now, and they're arriving turn 25. And then arriving turn 24 in the hedgerows is the 1st Section leader. And then turn 25, 1st Section LMG. So not bad. 9 soldiers have fled so far. If we can get this other LMG team to flee next turn, if they survive long enough. And then in here we've got 1st Platoon's sniper, 1st Platoon, 2nd Section leader, and the 1st Platoon's MMG. So if we get them to flee the battlefield, I think the flamethrower team's a lost cause. He's dead. And then possible this LMG gunner from 3rd Section could make it, and also the 916th 2nd Platoon Sergeant, center screen. And then I think we'll leave these 3 soldiers behind to fight to the death and slow down the attackers. So at least, we've got the one surviving 88mm gunner who fled the bunker. The Germans are done for on the defense. That was inevitable. That was always going to happen. They've lost a lot, but they've taken out a lot as well. So probably traded man for man. Plus 3 tanks are knocked out. 2 more immobilized. Pretty good. I'm going to wrap it up for the night. About 3 nights, I should be able to wrap up this 1100 hours turn 22. Epic fight. Didn't want to flee the battlefield. I wanted to fight to the death, but my daughter said she wanted to take command of the Germans and they need to flee back toward Carentan, which probably is a better plan. Germans still have some order dice to get to over here in the hedgerows in Carentan. U.S. forces have received all order dice here in the hedgerows and outside of Carentan. Over at Omaha Beach, just a few German order dice to give out. Mostly U.S. order dice over at Omaha Beach. Well, thanks for watching.